transition three is served. Jacob throws, coming on the 19-point performance.
Left side deep three from Cruz. Goes down.
Cruz, not again. Not again!
I would say growing up, I don't think he's had it the easiest compared to others. Well, compared to mine, I would say.
I know the hardship, I know the trauma associated with that, but more importantly, I know how he's living his life to make sure that his family structure and his leadership as a husband, a father, is different.
A lot of people could just give up and show it and wear those type of, scars on their shoulders and stuff. I try not to, because, sometimes you just got to take a lot of the way people think about you with a grain of salt, because if they really knew what you went through or what you go through, they'd probably look at you a lot different. My grandparents were the ones who take care of me. They were on a fixed income. Me and my brother, only less than a year younger than me, so we're pretty much neck and neck, and I'm growing out of everything, he's growing out of everything. Trying to keep shoes, trying to keep clothes for two kids, feeding them, making sure they're going to their basketball stuff, having their basketball stuff. And it never really felt like that until you look at it from this day and age for me now, because they always made it the best it could be. And I never really looked at it from that lens. So, once I got older and realized that they made really something out of nothing. It was just an escape, really. I had some struggles. Dad was in and out of prison. My mom passed away due to bone cancer. There was a lot of things that I wasn't able to have too, but I always had a basketball. So if I was ever upset, aggravated, things were going my way, or things were just rough, I always went out to the court. And, I could spend 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day out there, no problem. I would just do that every time.
Second chance now for the Ospreys. They will swing it for Cruz, and he has really heated up.
I met Jacob at UNF at a party, and there was all his teammates and then some other people.
She just caught my eye right away. She came in and felt like she took up the whole room, and I was just like, whoa.
He was really tall, considering I'm only 5 foot, but he was really nice. We just got to talking.
It took me about a year before I even wanted to be with her, fully, due to my trust issues, but she was very resilient. She knew who she wanted, and she never swayed from it.
I don't think I would have thought of anyone else to marry, so ever since I met Jacob.
That was 45 minutes. I always tried to get to them because there was a lot of struggles at that time. It wasn't very long. I lost my mom. I was kind of rough on my brother. I felt for him because he was a mama's boy, even though she wasn't around a whole lot either. She had her own problems, stuff like that. And then seeing my grandpa, we got evicted and stuff like that. That was rough because we had to take a hit on that, and dealing with my father and stuff like that, and some situations that were going on with my uncle as well. It was kind of rough. Going home and at least giving them, some peace or some difference was the best thing. And, eventually we understood it wasn't going to work anymore, and I was going to have to move on to a different school. It got a little rough. It was a little different because I was so used to being with them. So before the season even started, before I even got to go to jamborees and get recruited or anything, I was already committed. So, that's how UT Martin came into place. Because I knew I was going to play. I knew I was going to play. I knew I was going to be able to do whatever I did in JUCO, and I already didn't even play a game in JUCO yet. I just knew the way they had plans for me. I trust them. And that's how I made my decision. I was an All-American in JUCO, and man, they were dedicated. Every time they could come and see me, they did. And they were talking to me every day.
I think originally I wasn't going to go to Tennessee, but then after, I think we recently just got together, and I thought we were going to do long distance, but then Jacob was like, I don't think I would be ready for long distance. So I think one day he just asked me if I would go.
And I was like, I'm going to Tennessee. I was like, I want you to come with me. But I was like, we have to get married.
I was surprised a little.
And I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh man, this is where it ends.
It was always in my head.
And she was like, okay, easiest decision of my life. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I was like, okay. So.
Jacob Cruz, what a start for the Skyhawks.
I had a big game against NC State. That kind of woke up a lot of people. And I guess that's when it came into place where he was like, you might have just changed your life forever. And he was the type to tell you, like, I'm not gonna hold a kid back. You know, he's like, if you can go help yourself and your family and better yourself, I'm on board with you. And it got to the time where, you know, it was the end of the year, we lost the last game. And he said, we gotta have a meeting. So we ended up having a conversation about a week or two after. And he was like, listen, you need to go change your family's life. He says, because I got coaches calling me, telling me, yo, who is 35? Who is this kid? Once I kind of heard that, and I got an agent and pretty much rocked out from there. And Mizzou was the first school to hit me up when I got into the portal.
We made the visit about Carmen. We didn't make it about Jacob Cruz, and at that point he was able to realize what a family atmosphere they were getting into.
I would say during the recruiting process, after hearing all the conversations, their main thing here was about family, so that really struck with me.
And when he decided to put my kid first, that wasn't even born, and then my wife, you could tell he was involved, wanted to be involved, wanted to be a part of that, because he's a big family guy.
It was like deciding the best place where we wanted our son to grow and where Jacob would be able to pursue his dreams playing basketball.
In that moment, we were able to provide, with the help of our trainer, Chris Parent, organizing a trip over to the hospital.
I was kind of nervous of how coaches would take it. A lot of them said some things about it, but never prioritized it. I never knew what was anything, but that hospital thing was his idea.
From listening to the recruitment, I thought this would be best in my heart, and so far it's been great. I love it. Everyone is just so welcoming, and getting to see everyone just loves JJ and supporting Jacob in anything that involves JJ, so it's amazing.
Well, Carmen pushes Jacob and she makes him better, and I see it firsthand through frustrations, through ups and downs, and even through successes. She keeps him, you know, to a place where he's humble. She keeps him well-grounded and obviously pushes him to become a better basketball player, because that's what his dreams and aspirations are. And I think Jacob Cruz has not only allowed me to coach him, he's allowed Coach Carmen to coach him his life.
That's my rock. That's my OG coach. That's the real coach, as Gates would say. She truly gives me the energy I need when I'm not feeling too well, or if I'm just not feeling it that day. She's my light. She gives me everything I need to get up and go. When I see little Carmen and JJ, when I leave, man, it's just motivation to keep going. You know, you see those faces, you see those smiles, and you're able to change their life as well. You just keep going.